And hi gang, I'm MyRadar meteorologist Matthew Cappucci. Solar eclipses are the most spectacular displays ever visible from Earth, hands down. It's the only time humans can directly observe the solar corona or the sun's atmosphere. Leading up to the Saturday, December 4th total solar eclipse in Antarctica, one team of scientists attempted to predict what the corona would look like. The name corona comes from Latin for crown. Streams of plasma radiate millions of miles into space, with so-called prominences stretching into the otherwise vast, empty sky. They resemble angelic hairs blowing in the wind. Sometimes torrents of plasma and other solar materials can be launched into space, producing solar storms that can disrupt satellites and trigger the northern lights on Earth. Here's an example of a solar flare from August 31st, 2012. They're different from coronal mass ejections, which are more targeted and slower moving packets of energy. The solar corona is hot, reaching temperatures of several million degrees. For comparison, the sun's surface is a comparatively cooler 11,000 degrees. The corona is very poorly understood and generates only little natural light of its own. Solar physicists use spectrometers to figure out what chemicals are responsible for the light it emits. In the 1800s, scientists hypothesized the corona contained a new element which they named coronium, but was later found to be only a highly ionized form of iron. The corona traces lines of magnetic flux, or magnetic field lines, that radiate off the sun. That's why the corona helps scientists to map the sun's constantly evolving magnetic field. Sometimes coronal loops form as current pours off the sun and then reconnects elsewhere. The anchor points are usually sunspots or cooler discolorations on the solar surface that throb and pulsate with energy. Now, we do have satellites we use to try to look at the solar corona, but they essentially have to create a fake eclipse to block out the sun. The imagery is alright, but nothing in comparison to what we see with the naked eye when the moon blocks the sun during a total solar eclipse. This is from SOHO, or NASA's Solar and Heliophysic Observatory. Nowadays, we try to estimate what the magnetic field looks like using a variety of different instruments. That informs what solar eclipses might look like and also helps shape knowledge about the ongoing space weather at the time. A company called Predictive Science specializes in the modeling needed to transform theoretical maps into actual predictions of what a solar eclipse might look like. Here's what they expected in 2017 during the Great American Eclipse. They wound up hitting the nail on the head. Here's my shot of what it actually looked like. They were spot on regarding the placement and orientation of prominences. In 2019, they succeeded again. Here was the expert prediction for a slightly less interesting corona. And here's what I saw in Vicuña, Chile when I went. Once again, pretty similar. This is what the agency was expecting leading up to Saturday. They have yet to compare their predictions versus the actual event, but the simulated corona is simply stunning. Unfortunately, most people couldn't see it because, well, Delta Airlines doesn't fly to Antarctica. In the meantime, we can all look forward to our next stateside total solar eclipse on Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Follow MyRadar on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Download MyRadar on iOS, Android, Amazon Alexa, Xbox, and Windows.